Good morning, everyone, and congratulations, Allison Gap First Church of God, 120 years of God's faithfulness. And just so thankful for each one of you and praying for God's continued favor upon your church. And my name is Kenny Howard. Most of you know me, and I was the pastor at the Allison Gap Church from the first Sunday, November of 2005 through mid-July of 2017. So God has been so good to your church, and thankful that the time that I was able to spend there, and then my wife Serena, when God brought us together to be there, and just so thankful for each of you. And I remember my first Sunday in the first Sunday of November of 2005. I didn't preach that Sunday because the church had already prepared for the Faith Promise Mission Sunday, and the pastor that came to speak that day was Nuhad Melky, and Nuhad and I are good friends, and he was a big blessing to me while I was at Allison Gap and he was at Adkins. But we had not met each other, and so it was right before service, and Nuhad comes in, and I say, "Would you like to sit with me?" And he actually says, "No, I want to sit with the pastor." And I was thinking, does there's some other pastor he wants to sit by, or perhaps he doesn't know that I'm the pastor, or I was a little confused and I didn't know him. We had a good service. He had a good message. But a few years later, Nuhad said to me, he said, the first Sunday that you were there as the pastor, you had said that you wanted me to sit with you. And the reason I didn't want to sit with you because I thought it was just one of the youth at the church that wanted me to sit with that. And he said, I thought it was so sweet that the youth of the church are inviting me to sit with them. So, of course, he didn't know that I was the pastor. Well, I was only 26 years old then, so I can't get away with being, no one would think I was the youth of the church today. But thankful for God's love and favor. 120 years is a tremendous achievement, and so many wonderful people there at the Allison Gap Church that we love, and we miss you. Thankful for you, and also thankful to have Brother Bill and Sister Kay there. What a great day to be able to celebrate with them and sharing in God's blessings on 120 years. So we're just praying, knowing God will give Brother Bill a tremendous message for this Sunday, and praying for God's continued favor upon you and upon the church. And Serena and I have now been at the Winter Haven, Florida church for 8 years. So time clearly does fly, and we're continuing to pray for God's favor and blessing upon Pastor Jeremy, Amy, and the family. And I want to thank you guys as well for your kind messages and your prayers for me during the time of loss of my dad about a month ago. And Serena's dad died in April of last year, and my dad died in July of this year. So within about 15 months of each other, both of us have lost our fathers, which is tough, but God's favor, his grace, his goodness abides with us. And we're going to continue to pray for God's favor to be with you. And praying not only as we think about the history of the Allison Gap Church, 120 tremendous years, but also the souls that God is going to continue to lead to Christ through the ministry of the Allison Gap First Church of God. We love you. We're praying for you. God bless you. And again, Serena and I just celebrate with you 120 years of the favor of Jesus Christ upon the church at the Allison Gap First Church of God.